Hello, this is Michael Stone from the Well of Light, and I want to tell you a little bit about a course that we have coming up. It's a free masterclass. It's called Quantum Mysticism, Crossing the Great Divide. I want to tell you about the name, first of all. Quantum Mysticism is a name that reflects how quantum physics is now reflecting much of what the ancient mystics, masters, shamans, medicine people have been saying forever. That everything is deeply connected and affects everything else. And that the world is pure potentiality. And crossing the Great Divide is really, for me, the trip from the head to the heart. The word Great Divide, of course, refers to the continental divide. Every continent has a division where the mountains divide sides of the continent. For instance, in the United States, the continental divide, the Great Divide, all the rivers on the east side flow into the Atlantic, whereas all the rivers on the west side flow into the Pacific. And I think it's a great metaphor for the kind of division that we're experiencing in the world today, the kind of divisiveness. People are moving away from each other. It appears to be that way. And it appears that the waters of the Great Divide are going in two different directions. But there are invisible forces at work. For instance, the hydrological cycle, where the water evaporates and rises up and comes back to Earth in the form of rain or liquid or solid, actually, and then comes down to Earth. And when it does that, it's cycling around the world. Every minute, 100 trillion tons of rain falls in different places around the Earth. So these invisible cycles that are going on are actually distributing the water. They're not just running in these two opposite directions. And very much like the hydrological patterns that are shaping where the water is going in the world, there are invisible patterns that are shaping us. Of course, in science, there's gravity, and there's the electromagnetic field, and the strong and weak forces. On an interpersonal level, there's intention, there's clairvoyance, there's feeling, there's all these different invisible forces that are happening all the time. How we see the world, our world view, is an invisible force to most of us. And this is what's really shaping how we live our lives and the way the world's going. Right now we have great social justice, great environmental, and great political and economic issues. And we need to tap into these invisible forces. So on the 25th of February, I will be doing Quantum Mysticism, a program to look at how to utilize these invisible forces to connect ourselves more deeply, to come together and discover that in diversity is great unity. I hope you will join us. Thanks so much for checking in. Bye for now.